何か過去に疑問があるのかい？邪魔するのかい？全て無力。そこだね。僕の存在を挟み込む。全て無力。そこだね。全て無力。全て無力。そこだね。僕の存在を挟み込む。全て無力。全て無力。全て無力。どうや全て無力。どうやら少しはマシになってきたかな。でもそんな攻撃じゃ僕には通じない。みんな次はどうしようかな。
So the SAR build is the main build you're going to want to use for PvE content for Tsukushima. Being a frenzy strong attack character, you're going to want to stack as much SP as you can, all the while using recharge links so you can have your strong attacks up as often as possible. This is a pretty safe and reliable build to use for all PvE content. In this run, you can see that I sometimes didn't use my strong attacks as effectively as I could have, and that left me in situations where I had to rely on my normal attack string. Even with better use of strong attacks, because this character doesn't have a cooldown reduction trait, and especially in higher level content, mobs aren't going to die right away, so you're going to find yourself without strong attacks, and you're going to have to use your normal attack string here and there. And it's noticeable definitely in this gameplay, and it'll be even more noticeable in higher level content. He also doesn't have a killer effect, so the damage will be a bit less. I'm offsetting it a bit with the 2 level 10 link slots that I have, but those are basically the 2 main drawbacks of this character, is his killer right now until more enemies of no affiliation are added, and also his soul trait doesn't help him at all for PvE. But other than that, he has a pretty solid strong attack kit. His strong attack 1 and strong attack 3 are both what you would want out of a lunge and a full screen SA3 pretty much. His SA2 is a bit lacking because it's just limited by the AoE in front of him. There are a lot of more better SA2s out there. But other than that, it's a pretty solid kit, and this was the build you'd want to go for.
僕の存在を挟み込む。全て無力。全て無力。そこだ。次はどうしようかな。
So that was his normal attack damage build. This is a build more purely for fun because he is a frenzy SP character, not a normal attack damage character. But either way, there is the 186% attack showcase for you. I will address some things about his normal string. First, it's about average speed, I believe, at 1.15 seconds. There was some concerns when the gameplay initially came out for him on the live stream and the Twitter videos, and it was mainly concerns with the range and his speed, that it made him a bit slower, and the range didn't look like it was comparable to other regular units. But we now know that his speed is about average, and the range is actually the normal range that it should be, which is, I believe, 375 AoE before long reach. So the only thing I will mention though is his normal string is pretty flashy, so when using it, there isn't really a defined like swing or like an arc, an AoE of his slashes, compared to most or just pretty much every other character in the game. So when using his normal string, it's a bit difficult to gauge where your attack is covering, the area it's covering, though he has a normal range on his attacks. So it can be a bit deceiving like that, and it might take a bit getting used to. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing too much else to say.
どうやら少しはマシになってきたかな。でもそんな攻撃じゃ僕には通じない。みんな次はどうしようかな。
So that was the last build for this character, which was a hybrid build. Hybrid builds are typically a middle ground between going full SP or going full attack. Usually with these builds you are trying to maximize your attack while keeping your spiritual pressure intact, and in that way you can utilize both your normals and your strong attacks, neither being as effective as going full NAD or full SP. So that's why it's the middle ground build. This build usually is mostly for fun, You wouldn't typically use this kind of build in co-op because you're losing effectiveness in both areas, and you're better off just focusing on what the character does best. There are some characters that I would say not necessarily should be built hybrid, but benefit more so as a hybrid than other characters, and the two that come to mind initially are 1000 Year Blood War Bankai Ichigo and Flyzen, and that is because they also have a boost to augment their normals and their strongs, and because of that boost is also a 40-second cooldown. Even with full cooldown reduction, you are looking at a lot of situations where you will not have, you know, strong attack ready at all times. So again, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be built hybrid, but you can take advantage of some attack secondaries on those characters, especially more so than others. So anyway, that was the final build, and that concludes this showcase. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all later.